Everybody, Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you here. We're tracking more weather than we usually do in the middle of July. A couple different things going on. We've got showers and thunderstorms making their way from the north down the east coast. Not too much action flaring up on radar so far today, but I do think tomorrow afternoon and evening could be pretty busy for a while. These heavy thunderstorms could pack a bit of a punch, not just with wind, but also with repeated rainfall. And that rainfall could amount to enough to cause some flooding issues. So we have lots to talk about in North Carolina. Let's get right to it. There's the live radar right there first off. And well, you can see we could see some flooding rains. 1 to 3 inches is possible in parts of our area. So right now we're just kind of in tracking mode, but by tomorrow afternoon we'll be in live alert mode more likely than not. Up and down the East Coast, you can see kind of the makings of this cold front moving our way, and it's been causing all kinds of problems. Plenty of warnings, from severe thunderstorm warnings in West Virginia, tornado warnings in places like Virginia and New Jersey even. The D.C. area is seeing a lot of this. Some of those thunderstorms have been happening in Virginia, closer to us, and then more back in Kentucky. But none of this has been of any consequence to us just yet. We're still kind of in the waiting game. So we're going to keep an eye on the radar for you this afternoon into this evening. But I think it's more so tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night and into early Thursday. That'll be when we see that potential for heavy thunderstorms that could cause some problems, whether it be from flooding, but even the chance of a couple strong to severe thunderstorms for our area. That'll be what we're watching. So it's important that you kind of keep an eye on the weather, an eye on the radar. And just remember to never be driving through flooded roadways. You might ask, and I wouldn't blame you, how in the world can you get flooding when we need something like 20 inches of rain to end our drought? And that's a pretty fair question. The answer is that the ground can only handle so much so quickly. So in a short period of time, if you were to get even 3 or 4 inches of rain, you can still get flooding from that. And we have seen that. We saw a little bit of that yesterday. We could see a little bit of that, of course, for tomorrow as well. This is all part of a cold front. And what this front is doing, it moves in tomorrow night and then it slows down. So as the front moves in, slows down, settles in, it could linger for a couple of days. And the longer that it lingers, the more that flood risk could continue. It's also going to be crazy cool in a good way. We'll see temperatures that cool off after tomorrow, still hot ahead of the front, will be down in the 70s afterwards. So by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're not only not in the 90s, we're not even in the 80s, we're in the 70s at that point. Let's take a look at this. This is a flash flood risk, not something we've shown all that often because recently, well, we can't buy a drop of rainfall until yesterday. So for today, there's not really a risk of flooding, at least not significantly in our area. But by tomorrow, the flash flood risk does increase, and you'll notice in parts of North Carolina here, there's not just a level 2 risk, there's a level 3 risk up in northeast North Carolina as well. That's for tomorrow. Here's for Thursday. You can see a similar idea. The threat shifting a little bit farther to the south, but still worth watching. So those are kind of the elements that we're keeping an eye on. There is a storm risk for tomorrow, low risk of tornadoes. I'm not really concerned about that, but it's worth mentioning at least. There is a low risk of a tornado or two in North Carolina and Virginia tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening mostly. Let's go beyond that, looking ahead toward Futurecast here. Showers and storms should be few and far between for this evening. You can see the Futurecast stays pretty quiet through about 2 to 3 a.m. After that, looking ahead toward tomorrow, showers and storms start to pop up on radar by about noon to 1 o'clock. They're not that busy, or really there aren't any before then. So what you need to do in the morning and lunchtime, you should be able to do it no problem. But by that time frame, once we get to late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, you notice how these showers and storms pop up. We'll look for the severe weather threat as well, but as they move over the same areas repeatedly, that's when you can get into trouble with flooding. And 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of rain, that can happen pretty quickly. Now, it's going to matter where they stall out. If they stall out over Greensboro or south or north, all within the realm of possibility here. But I think we'll want to keep an eye on it because there could be those flood problems that do start to pop up. Showers not quite as likely going into Friday, but we'll still be keeping an eye on things. Our model has the heaviest rain south of our area, but several inches of it. So it's significant for somebody. It's just a question of who would be seeing that. So again, I think it is a significant chance of those showers and storms adding up in great numbers for our area once you get toward that time frame. So that'll be what we're keeping an eye on. Rain chances beyond that, again, lowering by the weekend. Not totally impossible to see some rain here, but just not quite as likely. Once you get into Friday and Saturday, I don't see quite as many of those in our area as I do for tomorrow into Thursday. So once we go beyond that into the weekend itself, things will be quieting down a little bit. While I've got you here, let's talk a little bit about Tropical Storm Bertha. We did get this yesterday. Winds are up to 60 miles per hour, but this is kind of a no big deal system right there along the Gulf Coast. The sun is out for a lot of people. They have some scattered showers. That's kind of about it. It's windy too, but no big power outage problems either. This is kind of a no big problem thing. Bertha will continue to move off to the west, closer to Louisiana, closer to Texas as well. But like I said, there's not really any major problems that I can find so far from Bertha. We'll let you know if that changes, but again, nothing I would be worried about here locally. But we will be looking at a lot of rainfall over North Carolina over the next couple of days. So over the next 7 days, we're looking here at decent rainfall, and in fact, it could be too much to handle for parts of North Carolina. 5 to 6 inches possible in eastern North Carolina over several days. Here's your 7-day forecast. We'll take a look at temperatures getting cooler for a few Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the mid-70s. That's due to the cloud cover and possible scattered showers and just the overall cooler air moving our way. Beyond that, we'll get a little hotter by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, but nothing too crazy. The main concern and the main focus are for the storms the next couple of days. That's your forecast. We'll be right back after a quick 2-minute break.